Can you break down in just a few sentences your sales system? What is your approach? How do you, because I see a lot of new agents on the call today. What they should be paying attention to in the beginning? Is it, phones, in-home, training? So
Two, so two things. That's a lot of questions all in one. So I wanna answer all of them. So phones, number one. I'm really good on the phone. I'm an average guy, but I'm really good on the phone. I've developed a skill set over the last 10, 15. Well, shoot, I mean, I'm going to be 35 this year. When I was 22, I took my first job as a stockbroker. Basically, I was just a cold caller. So for a year and a half, I was just making 50 hours of like literally white pages, cold calls a week. And then American Income, not a lot, not great leads. Another 18 months of like serious machine gunning of leads. So from those two, from the first 3 years of my career, I developed a skill set of phones. So I think the number one thing that people need to get good at is phones. The presentation is done. Like, it's just, if you get there, you're going to trip and fall head first into deals 1 out of 3 times. So you can like, sorry, I say the word suck like very loosely, but I think it's funny to say, like, you can suck here and you can still make 2.25. Because if you just set enough appointments, like, you're gonna get in front of people that just want to buy insurance. So you don't even need to be good at Family First Life and be at 100% contract and close 1 out of 3 and make $4,500 a week. And after the cost of your leads, be making 3,700, 3,500 a week. Like, you can't do that anywhere else.
that's that's a good perspective, and I like how straightforward you are with that. Well, no, that's true, but all right.
We like, so we like people like that too. Like, if you have people that are just really hardworking individuals, that's my favorite guy to work with. Not the person who said that they're the best salesman in the world and they can close 9 out of 10 people. Like, I don't like that guy's cool, but I'd rather have the person who's like, man, I'm just so grateful to be here. Tell me what I got to do and I'll do it. If I have to make 350 phone calls or 400 phone calls, I'll do it. I don't know if y'all saw that graphic we put out yesterday with that guy Chris Ford.
Yes.
If you look on the Apex Instagram, you'll see it. And you know how we're doing a lot of similar stuff to Grady now, where it's like the first 30 days. So this guy's first 30 days, he was working at Walmart making $2,500 a month. All right, as a manager. So I don't know what that really entails as a manager at Walmart if you're only making $2,500 a month, but he wasn't experienced. He's 26 or 27, I can't remember. Not a ton of like life experience, and he came over here and he's like, I'm just gonna work really hard. He spent $4,000 on leads, didn't question it. He spent almost twice what he made a month on leads because he believed in it, and he wrote 28,000 and change his first 30 days. I called him last night and I was like, man, like, how many calls did you make on Monday to get your activity? Because he was freaking out. He wrote 4,800 yesterday, and he's like, I literally just made twice in a day than I made in 2 months at Walmart. And I'm like, how many dials did it take you to do that? He goes, dude, I don't keep track of my dials. I dial until I have 8 appointments on Tuesday and 8 appointments on Wednesday. I'm like, but yeah, that's awesome. But like, can you quantify that for me? He's like, I probably made 380 dials on Monday. Like, I don't know how many people are on this call. Like 25 people on this call. I don't recognize a ton of the names, so I'd imagine that a lot of them are newer. I mean, would you make 380 calls in a day and spend $1,000 a week on leads to make $4,000 in a day?
Yep.
I mean, I think most people probably would do that. So like, take me out of it because I've got a lot of experience and I know how to sell insurance and make calls, but let's use some brand new people who, like, I train them. The training that they get is like, here's leads, here's a script. Don't stop dialing until you have 10 appointments set. And call me after you make your first set so we can get really excited about it and talk about how that didn't hurt so bad that you had to make 20 phone calls to set that one appointment. And if you set the stage like that, like, people are they're gonna do it because it's not a big deal. If we can make everything not a big deal, then nothing will be a big deal to people. Making 200 calls won't be a big deal. Making 350 calls won't be a big deal. Getting no-showed won't be a big deal. So I get no showed more than most. Steve Giordano gets no showed more than I do. I think I was like the number 3 producer because Jonathan Persino like turned on the turbojets in December and had an insane month. But like he and I are the number 1 and number 2 producers. The only difference between him and I, he gets no show more than I do. He gets more no's than I do. But he gets more yeses too. The only difference between me and everybody on this call is that I got no show more than you. I got more no's than you did this year. That's really the only difference.
Sure.